I wasn't gonna film this video because I just thought no one would really care about my recommendations, but then I was watching a bunch of YouTubers that I love, Kate the Great, Matilda, Amanda Z, and Alexa Blake, and they all talked about their Sephora recommendations. And I just got like, it was so infectious, their passion and enthusiasm for their favorite products. So I was like, I want to do that too. I want to talk about my favorite shit. Couple quick disclaimers. Most of the products I use for my hair and skin, I actually don't get on Sephora. I have mostly Paula's Choice for my skincare with some Glossier products and a lot of Korean skincare. And then for hair care, I get most of it from the drugstore. So the majority of this stuff is makeup. Also, I don't want to encourage like reckless spending, especially right now. So, you know, sales kind of make us have a tendency to overspend because we feel like we have to get the deal. But originally I had $400 worth of stuff in my cart. I decided to narrow it down to about $200 because that's what I feel comfortable spending. So if you do want to participate in the sale, I would encourage you to just spend within your means. You know, I kind of feel like normally for the Sephora sale, I would go to the Sephora store a week in advance. I would swatch everything, try it all out, get some samples, make sure I love everything that I'm buying. But because we don't have the ability to do that, I don't want to end up returning a bunch of products or, you know, wasting my money and not returning them and not really loving them. I've narrowed it down to the products that I just love, or products I'm about to run out of. So what I'm going to do is just walk you through everything that I recommend as like my top at Sephora picks. And then in the description box below, I'm going to leave what's in my cart for the Sephora sale. I've already filmed this video a couple times and the audio was awful. So I've poured myself a glass of wine and I'm going to push through. Cheers. That's good. First up, the one hair product that I passionately adore from Sephora is the Briogeo Scalp Revival Charcoal and Biotin Dry Shampoo. I love this because it smells minty and fresh, and that's how I want to smell. It's also just a non-aerosol dry shampoo, so you just kind of puff it into your hair, and it's just a free floating powder. It can get very messy, so instead of like squeezing it, what I do is I just trickle a little bit into my hand and rub it into my hair. That way there is absolutely no mess. I find that non-aerosol dry shampoos make my hair look so much cleaner and don't add any grit, so highly recommend this. Moving right along to skincare, I've got the Dr. Dennis Gross Ferulic and Retinol Eye Serum. It is so good. This is the one product that I think has really prevented my eyes from aging as quickly as they would have otherwise. I started using this when I was 25 or 26, and I'm 30 now. When I started noticing signs of wrinkles and lines under my eyes, I started using this every other night, and I now have the exact same lines that I did then. So it didn't get rid of anything, but it was like a stopper on the aging underneath my eyes. What I love about this is the formula is so gentle. I've never had any irritation. It is just like a thin, juicy serum. I wouldn't say it's hydrating. It does set down, so I have to put an eye cream on top. But if you're looking for a retinol product for your eyes, I absolutely recommend this because the intense retinoid that I use on my face, I absolutely can't use under my eyes. So I would suggest if you're new to retinol or retinoids, having a separate eye treatment for that is important because the skin is so much more prone to irritation because it's so much more sensitive and thin. This is pricey, but that's why I recommend it for the sale. I basically buy this every 2 years. That's how long it takes me to go through this entire thing, or once a year, I forget, but I think that's still pretty good. This is a recent product I've fallen in love with. It's the Farmacy Honey Grail Ultra Hydrating Facial Oil. This to me is not necessary in my routine, but I can't live without it. Like, it is so luxurious. It smells like delicious, juicy honey, and the experience of it is so luxe. It's quite a thick oil. Like, I'll show you on the back of my hand. Boop. See how that oil just kind of stays there? That's how thick it is. It is fantastic. Oh, it smells so good. I don't like fragrance in skincare because I find that it can be irritating, but this is just so nourishing and so hydrating, and it feels good. It smells good. It's quite thick and heavy, so I only use 2 drops in with my moisturizer at night, and that is like the perfect amount to coat my face. And that's why it's part of my Sephora recommendations, because it's pricey and you could get amazing results from a very inexpensive oil. But to me, it's worth it because it makes me feel good. For dry skin, I love the Clinique Moisture Surge Mask. Moisture Surge Overnight Mask. I don't know why people don't talk about this. It's so good. So good. Clinique is like so underrated. I really don't know what it is. But I will show you the texture on the back of my hand. It is somehow incredibly lightweight, yet also incredibly hydrating. Like, this is what I put on my face when I'm traveling and I just like, my skin just wants a drink of water. I feel like, I haven't looked at the ingredients in a while, but I feel like there's a lot of glycerin and hyaluronic acid. It kind of has that texture, but it is a powerhouse. But it is not at all thick. It's not too heavy. It's incredible. This is an absolute must-have. And this is just the tiny little mini size. My favorite sunscreen is the Ren Clean Screen Sunscreen. This baby packs a punch. I know a lot of people aren't gonna like the texture of this, but I think it's so good. First off, what I look for in an SPF is a concentration of zinc oxide of at least 20%. This has 22%. This is so good. It is, it's like a soft matte texture, and it does go on quite thick, but I do find that it blends out really nicely. You know, it goes on feeling kind of thick, but it sets to like a really, you know, you can see it's not that thick. It sets to a really soft matte texture. It doesn't feel drying at all to me, but I do know there are people who don't like the feeling of it going on very thick, so you might not like that. But if you're looking for a sunscreen with incredible protection, I really recommend this. And on good skin days, I actually don't wear foundation. I just use the Ren sunscreen mixed in with my Drunk Elephant D-Bronzi antioxidant drops. And just a half a pump of this doesn't dilute the sunscreen too much, in my opinion. But it adds just the perfect amount of radiance and tan color to my face that it kind of looks like I'm wearing foundation, but I'm not at all. Onto makeup. Complexion products. The one I've been using the longest is the Supergoop CC Cream in Light. It is full coverage though. This is not the kind of product that you just like throw on and you're good to go. This I actually have to use with like a foundation brush and buff it out because it is so insanely pigmented for a CC cream. What I love about this though is that it has 20% zinc oxide, thumbs up, and 2% titanium dioxide. The shade range sucks, so full disclosure on that, it sucks. But if you can find a shade, I really love it. Oily skin may not like it so much. It is incredibly glowy. I do find when I wore this at work throughout the day, I would have to kind of tissue my face, but I just think it's so beautiful. Weirdly enough, even though I felt it made my face look the most oily I've ever seen, this is the #1 product I own, period, that gets the most compliments. When I wear this, people tell me my skin looks incredibly glowy and amazing. To me, I look like a grease ball. To everyone else, apparently I look great. So highly recommend this. Something weird has happened recently. I have had my skin texture change completely. I used to have acne-prone oily skin. Now I have acne-prone dry skin. It has changed in the past month. I don't know what it is. So on days when I wanted something just like light coverage, but I needed more moisture, I got the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. I was already familiar with this because of like, I used it years ago in college, but I didn't like it because it was too glowy. But now, it's amazing. I love it so much. This is the shade Natural Tan. I had a hard time finding swatches of this shade online, so I'll just show you. It is a little bit darker than my skin tone. I'm wearing it all over my face right now, and it is so pretty. It's just that tinted gel texture. It is lightweight. It's beautiful. You can rub it in with your fingers. You don't need a brush. You don't even really need a mirror. But it does provide a little bit of coverage. I believe there's also a mineral sunscreen in this, but it doesn't say it on the bottle, but it's SPF 30 and I love this. If you haven't been watching any of my videos recently, you probably wouldn't know. I'm quarantining at my boyfriend's parents' house, so I'm living out of a suitcase. Unfortunately, I don't have all of my favorites with me because I only brought like light coverage, very basic products with me. So one of my recommendations I don't have with me is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Foundation. I'm in the shade R230. You can go and watch any of my tutorials. That's the foundation I'm wearing. It is a perfect skin-like foundation in between matte and glowy. It's fantastic. Sorry I don't have it with me, but I love it. My Ride or Die concealer is the Makeup Forever Full Cover Concealer in the shade 5. It is the only concealer I've used on my blemishes for 10 years. It's that good. I just like apply a couple dots. I let it sit for like 20 seconds to keep the coverage really full. And it's amazing. Makeup Forever. Don't ever discontinue this. It is like in so many makeup artist kits because it's that good. It is just incredible. For blush, I've really been loving the Ilia Color Haze pigments in Waking Up. It's what I'm wearing on my cheeks right now, and it's described as a warm nude, and I would say that that's pretty accurate. This is what it looks like on the back of my hand. You can see it is quite a warm nude. On me, it really doesn't feel that matte at all. I wouldn't say it's dewy, but it kind of is just skin-like. So don't let matte kind of freak you out at all. But it's really beautiful. It does have quite a strong cotton candy scent. Yeah, but I love it. My two favorite highlighters are the RMS Living Luminizer and the Nude Sticks Bubbly Bebe. The Nude Sticks Bubbly Bebe is new. It's a beautiful champagne color, and on my hand it looks a little dark at first, but when I put it on my cheeks, it's what I'm wearing right now, and I'll just add a little more just for the sake of it. It really doesn't look that dark. It's just so beautiful. I've been dying for them to come out with this color because Hey Honey is like way too yellow gold on me. This is where it's at, and I have full swatches in all different lighting on my Instagram at State of Kate. Next is the RMS Living Luminizer. It's a pale white shade, and I will just show it next to the Nude Sticks. This is Nude Sticks Bubbly Baby. This is RMS Living Luminizer. I will just apply a little to the tops of my cheeks. It is also very glowy. This is much more emollient, so it's more of like a luminizer face gloss balm, whereas the Nude Sticks is more of like a cream highlighter balm, if that makes sense. This just has so much coconut oil that it is that like thin coconut oil texture, but I don't find that it's ever broken me out, which is great. Moving on to eyes, really what I recommend, I love the Rowan palettes. They are so beautiful. This one's 1111. The video I posted before this is a full review and demo with swatches, so go check that out if you want to learn more. I bought this while I've been up here, so that's why I have it, but equally as amazing as the 52 Degrees Cool palette. I find that those shades are quite unique, so I highly recommend that one, and I have full swatches of that on my YouTube channel and on my Instagram, so check that out if you want to see it. Another Ride or Die product for me, the Nude Sticks Magnetic Eye Pencils. I just love these so much. Right now, the ones I've bought since I've been here were the Nude Sticks Daydreamer Hilary Duff Kit pencils, and I've got the shades Bright Eyes, Prism, and Night Dweller. Night Dweller is this beautiful seafoam green liner I have all over my eyes. Prism is this like incredible clear with just like blue and violet glitter. It's so nice. I have that a little bit on the inner corner and on top. And then Bright Eyes is this like really nice, cool, like neutral silver gold taupe. It's like very neutral, which I think is impressive. And then my ride or die from the whole line is the shade Nudity. Let me do this here. Nudity is so fantastic because it's very neutral. It's like not too warm, not too cool. So it's the perfect shade to just throw on your eye with mascara and a bold lip. Some people don't like these because they're a little bit sheer. Like they're not cray pigmented, not like the Laura Mercier Caviar sticks, but that's why I love them, because I feel like I can wear all of them to work if I want to, but I can build them up if I want it to be more of a night owl look. So I would say, like, you know, you can see these are pretty sheer. I have the Daydreamer ones, whereas the Laura Mercier feels like thicker and you can like really see the pigment. So it really just depends what you're looking for. I actually prefer these, and they set down. Like once they're down, like they're down. Bold statement here, but my favorite eyeshadow of all time. It's tied for number one. Tied for number one is the MAC Indian Wood Paint Pot, but you can't get that on Sephora and it's discontinued, so, well, it's cool. But the Eyes to Mesmerize by Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Marie Antoinette. Oh, good Lord, I love this so much. It is a very soft, moussey texture. Again, my favorite shades are ones that aren't too warm, aren't too cool tone. They're like right in the middle. It's bronzy and it's gold, but it's not very warm. This is the kind of shade that if I don't know what to do and I'm rushing to work, I just like slap it on with my fingers and I'm good to go, because it makes me feel glamorous, but still quite understated. Some people don't like these textures because I find that the pigment does fade by the end of the day, but that doesn't really bother me. Next up, my favorite mascara of all time, and the only one that I can recommend, Hourglass Caution Mascara. Doesn't flake, doesn't smudge, it holds a curl, it adds volume, it adds length, it does everything you want it to do. I'm actually wearing the Thrive Cosmetics mascara today, and I don't love it, so this is not this, but this is the only mascara that I have ever truly loved. Last up, I've got lips. Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Liner is so good. I will do a quick swatcheroo on my hand. I love the shade of this. It's Pillow Talk, and it is a kind of like pinky peach color on me, and it has such a good texture because it goes on creamy and glides on really well, but it has a waxiness that means it's gonna last a long time. So this is my no budge lip liner. It's somewhere in between like the dryness of the MAC lip liners and like the ultra creaminess of like the Thrive lip liners or the NYX slide on lip pencils. This is like the perfect in between. The rest of the products are actually by Kosas. If you follow me on Instagram, or if you've seen my video on their concealer on this channel, you know that I have a lot of problems with this brand. Now, I'm not, you know, I don't believe in cancel culture, but I do feel weird about talking about these because I just feel like some of their marketing and social tactics use inclusivity as a sales tool rather than actually using inclusivity truly in their products. So that's the issue I have. However, they make a damn good lip product. I don't like any of their other products really at all, but all of the lip products to me are 10s across the board. So the first is the Lip Fuel and Baseline. What I love about this is that it's a balm that's on the thicker side. It has hyaluronic acid and a nice fresh peppermint scent, which I don't normally like, but I like that one. And I love that it's a thicker consistency so it doesn't slide around my mouth. I don't really like balms that are super thin and like slip slidey. So I love that this doesn't add a bunch of shine. It just adds such nice hydration. And it's because it's a little bit of a thicker, drier texture, it kind of like has this plushness that makes me want to keep applying it. Next are the Kosas lipsticks. I didn't bring any lipsticks with me because I didn't think I was gonna need any. In isolation, I was like, I brought some balms, I brought some lip glosses, and that's it. But I did buy a little perk of the lipstick in Rose Water, which is tied for number one as my favorite Kosas lipstick. So this is the shade Rose Water. It's not too light and not too dark, and it's not too cool toned. I actually find it to be quite a nice warm pink, and that's why I think it works. But I think my favorite is the Kosas lipstick in Stardust. I would describe it as like a sheer, not a sheer. It's like the same texture as rose water. It's like a balmy, warm, tan red nude. Like it's just this perfect hybrid of warm colors that I love. And I wish I had a swatch, or I wish I had the lipstick with me so I could swatch it, but I don't. I own almost every Kosas lipstick, but those are my two favorites because they have a different formula. They're slightly more sheer and balmy, whereas the other ones I find to be far too hard and matte, and I don't like them. But Stardust and Rosewater are fantastic. Lastly, I've got the Kosas Wet Oil lip glosses. I did a review of these on my channel and I didn't love them. I gave them like a so-so review, but that was because I hadn't tried Jellyfish. The other ones that I have the shade Dip, which is this, I'll swatch it for you just so you can have it as a reference. It is a stunning nude. It is like a peachy nude, but it's not too warm on my skin tone that it pulls yellow. That's why I love it so much. I also have the shade Jaws, which is a blood red. The thing is with the tinted ones, they have a little bit of shimmer in them, and I feel like I can feel that a little bit on my lips. I do not like shimmery glosses. I like opaque, creamy glosses. But everyone was talking about Jellyfish, and so I was like, I'm not a clear lip gloss girl, but I'm gonna get it. This is fantastic. I'm a clear lip gloss girl now. I'm wearing this on my lips now with a little bit of the Thrive Cosmetics liner in khaki. I just find that it is not like it's not like a gloss oil. It's more like a liquid balm to me. I feel like lip oils are thin and slippery and not actually all that hydrating. To me, this is a liquid balm. There's like this plushness to them that feels like a balm, but in a much more liquidy consistency. So these are very pricey. I don't like the amount of product that you get. I think it's ridiculous. I also don't like that when I unscrew it, I tend to open it upside down and then I have to like turn it around. So it's not a perfect product in the design. I also think it's weird that Kosas keeps changing their branding every single product. But with that stuff aside, I love this damn product and I think it's really good. An honorable mention, that's a product I left at home, but I can't not talk about, is the Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in the shade Rush. It is very similar to Nude Sticks Prism. So if you can't get Nude Sticks Prism, Rush is even better. It's a violet with red duochrome, so it's a little bit warmer than Prism, but it is opaque and it is like my perfect shade when I just want to swipe it on and feel like ethereal and cool. Like when people see me wearing that, they're like, oh my God, that color is insane. Like, how did you get that look? And it's like, oh, it's just one crayon that I swiped on and left. Like it's that good. The Laura Mercier Caviar Sticks are phenomenal. They're extremely pigmented and long wearing. They go on like so soft, like butter, and then they set down. So I just think Rush is the most beautiful shade, and I wish I had it with me, but I definitely did not foresee myself having to wear like glitter while in isolation. So I left all of my like fun products at home. That's it. That's everything. I am praying to Jesus that the microphone worked. I don't want to encourage any reckless spending. So if you have any questions or you want to see pictures of these, let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to just like chat with you guys about any of these products. In terms of the products that I'll be putting in my cart, I will also link those below just so you have a reference. The two that I'm most excited about is the Fenty Cream Blush in the shade Strawberry Drip. Ugh, those are described as a sheer cream buildable formula, which is like everything I've ever wanted. And then the Pat McGrath lip gloss in the shade Twilo, which is like a hot neon coral. Can't wait to get it. Oh, it sounds so good. That's everything that I am super passionate about that you can get at Sephora. I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for being here. Seeing your comments every day on my videos is the most positive thing in my day. And I hope that I can be a positive force for you in return. I really love talking with you guys. So if you want to, You know, follow me on Instagram. I'm State of Kate, spelled the same way. DM me. I love chatting with you guys. I love making friends here. Chat with me in the comment section below. I will always reply to every comment that I have. And I love you guys and thank you for being here. Really appreciate every single one of you. I hope you're all healthy and safe. Cheers.